Shalom. You know what? Let me just turn off. Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. Check this out. Remember, I told you on Saturday, I know it's a torn piece of paper is what you see, but I told you guys that my dogs had got a hold of one of my notebooks a while back. And right here, I found well, clearly it's some notes. So first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that are bringing out the 100% truth, and to the elders at GMS for keeping the 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, and to the sincere Akyawa Akwa. Excuse me. Salutations. All right. Let's get right into it. I don't know what these notes are, so let's do them together. I found some notes on a torn piece of paper. I want to use them. That's all there is to it. All I know is at the very top of this class it says Trump. So we're gonna go with that theme. So let's see what's happening. This is old notes. I mean, my dogs tore this book up a while back, but I still like to use it. And I still have been finding classes, even though that they're torn up, they're still good classes. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 10. And it looks like we're going to go to the point. Let me read it. This is Isaiah 10 and 13, and it reads, "For he saith, by the strength of my hand, I have done it." Ooh, you already know we're talking about Trump. "And by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bonds of the people, and I have robbed their treasures. I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man." You know what? He's right, too. He did do that to us. And they've given ICE the most power out of anybody when it comes to law enforcement. So it's very dangerous out there right now because all they have to do is decide you're not American, or at least American enough for them at the time of their arrest, and then you disappear for a while. And maybe you get found and you come back. I gotta go one more. This is it says, "And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people." So he's stealing from everybody. "And as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped." It just reminds me of how when these scriptures that are being brought out right now remind me exactly how when Trump came into office, he did over 100 executive orders in a row for a month straight. Just boom, order after order after order, hundreds of them. And nobody made a peep. Nobody did anything. Gathered all the riches of the people. Nobody did anything. Now everybody's crying, "Oh, God, no food stamps." Well, you know what? It's crazy because we all need help at some point in our lives. And they use that as a weapon. So they literally weaponized EBT. We're not going to give people food unless you sign this deal that says that they can continue robbing the American people, pretty much. That's why the Republicans, anyway, but it goes back into, they're all robbing each other. They work together, but they hate each other. It's a beautiful statement. They all work together, but they hate each other. That actually comes from the book of Enoch, when the angel was taking Enoch through and he was showing him visions pretty much of now, is what I was always under the impression of. And he said, the angels work together, but they hate each other. And I'm like, damn, that sounds like all aspects of Earth right now. So if you were seeing a vision of the future, you wouldn't know what to think. So anyway, let's go back into it. Let's jump around a little bit. So you know that Trump's out there robbing the people. You know that he thinks he's done it all of his own power, his own wisdom. And we know that that's not true. We know that's not true at all. And I'm hoping that this is the scripture that I'm looking for right now. You know what? I'm going to get it. The king's heart is in God's hands. There it is. Damn, that came out. All I said is the king's heart, and it popped up quicker than I could even. It was, I was in Proverbs 10, and it's in Proverbs 21. So listen carefully. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. So all this stuff that Trump thinks that he's doing by his own prudence and wisdom, first of all, he's stupid. He's a puppet. He's a monkey puppet. And the Most High is actually controlling that little puppet. He turns it wherever he will. So let me read it again. The king's heart is in the hands of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. Do you understand that? So he'll, as the water goes whichever direction it kind of just flows in, the Most High is saying, I can control you to the point where I'm doing whatever I want to you. Let me get one more to prove it. Let me see if I can find I'll just get it real quick. I always bring this out anyway. But even the king's heart, if it's in Yahweh's hands, his mind is being controlled by Yahweh, if you don't understand what it's saying. So when we go to Job 33, and we're going to start at verse 14, I get this all the time. I literally bring this scripture out all the time. 33, starting at 14, it says, For Yahweh speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. So you don't know what's going on. You don't understand that you're under his control, in other words. Now listen to this. Verse 15, In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. So if the king's mind is in Yahweh's hands, it's telling you also in Job, he's showing his instructions whenever he wants to. But when he falls into the deep sleep, he tells him exactly what he's going to do. So, going back over to Proverbs chapter 10 now. So we know that even though Trump thinks he's doing this on his own, he's actually being directed in a certain. And why is he being directed like this? Why is the Most High doing this? To fulfill the prophecies. He controls everything. He's fulfilling the prophecies. Not us, not we, not Trump. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is fulfilling the prophecies. And I keep trying to tell you every class, he's the one in full control of this. We are literally just all little puppets doing what he wants at the end of the day. And that's fine by me. At least I know that my Creator is Most High willing that he's going to show mercy on me at the end. Most High willing, he'll show mercy. So in his name, if he's willing to, he'll show me mercy. In the name of Yahweh. So anyway, Proverbs, let's go to chapter 10. And like I said, Trump thinks he's doing this in his own mind. He's the man. He's done all of this. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 10. And verse, I want to start. Let's go to 18. He that hideth hatred with lying lips And he that uttereth a slander is a fool. And the word fool, remember, it means stupid. So, who hides his hatred with lying lips? I thought Trump wasn't racist, guys. You told me he wasn't racist and that I should vote for him. I told you I wasn't voting because Kamala Harris is a buffoon. She straight spent $1 billion in a month, and you want me to vote for that? And then you got the guy that his dad was the grand wizard of the KKK. On top of that, these Epstein files are literally proving that he's a child trafficker. You see what I'm saying? So, you guys said that he wasn't racist. But it turns out not only is he so racist that he's literally deporting light brown people and he's over policing dark brown people, and he wants to bring in the military. He's trying to take anybody that's on welfare and starve them to death. And it's all in the name of peace and safety. It's all in the name of peace and safety. Let me read it again. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, peace and safety. We need to clear those streets of all those criminals. You mean black people? That's what you're saying, black people. Remember the innocent kids at Central Park that went to prison for all those years and they won that lawsuit of $1 million? Trump said to give those guys the death penalty. Those guys should have the death penalty. And it turns out they were innocent. And they sued for millions after being in prison for years. This is the same guy that you guys said was not racist and he was a peaceful guy. But it says right here that he has hatred and lying lips. And he that uttereth a slander. Oh, those guys should get killed, or this or that, or I think that you should be deported, or we need to get extra military help over there for all those criminals. You know, a slander, a lie is a stupid person, a fool. Okay? That's Trump. And like I said, in the name of peace and safety, we're going to do all this. Now you guys know I'm going. You know where I'm going if I'm saying peace and safety. And if you don't, that's all right. But if you thought that I was going to Daniel chapter 8 and verse, let me get there. My tablet's moving kind of slow. We're going to start at 24 because I just showed you that the king's heart is in Yahweh's hands. I showed you in Job 33 also that he literally gives you your instructions no matter who you are when you're in deep sleep. And then when we jump over to Daniel 8 and 24, it says his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. That's right, lines right up with that. That's what you call precept upon precept. The king's heart is in Yahweh's hands. And then you jump over to Daniel 8 and 24. And what does it say? And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and shall practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. I'm going to deport you. I'm going to over police you. You might even fall into the cracks and get deported yourself. We need to send all these brown people. And look at these. What did she call us? The one woman, man, she called us like the worst byword ever. Like, we're just scum of the earth to these people for EBT. And it turns out there's more Caucasians on EBT than there are melanated people. But there's more of us. Actually, that's a lie, too. There's not more white people in America than there is brown and black people. That is a fucking lie. Why do you think? Oh, my God, that's a lie. Oh, man, do some research. So anyway, back to Daniel 8 and 24. Like I said, he shall have power and be mighty like Trump, But that's not by his own power. That's by the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And remember this, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the real judges. If not, where and who is he? We all know the real judges are the prophets and the teachers. They're the only ones that are going to give righteous judgment through the scripture. So it's not by his own power. He's being controlled. He's a monkey puppet, like I keep saying. Verse 25, though, like I said, he's doing all this in the what? In the name of peace. So listen carefully. In verse 25, Daniel 8:25, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his own hand, and shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. I hope that this is the one. I hope Trump's the one, because he's doing everything perfectly right now. He's standing up. He's destroying us. He's putting us in prison. He's dropping us out of fucking airplanes. He's putting us in prison camps, throwing away the key. He's taking innocent people. He's stripping families, going back into the curses in Deuteronomy 28:32. And you shall have children, and they shall be taken from you, and you shall long for them all the day, and there will be no might in your hand. When you jump to verse 42 in Deuteronomy chapter 20, I think it's 42, like 1 or 2, it says, you will have children, and you will not enjoy them, for they will go into captivity. Fucking splitting the whole fucking family right down the middle. But by peace shall destroy many. And this is what so he's doing these things. And it says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but shall be broken without hand. So I hope that he's the one. I pray every night. Well, from here on out, let's all pray together let's all pray in our secret place that Trump is that one. He is that one that's going to stand up against. Please let him be the one that stands up against Yahweh Shai. Please let him be that one. And he shall be broken without hand. Woo! And it says, this is beautiful. This is how we know that we're in those last days. This is why I'm hoping that Trump is this guy. Because in verse 26, it says, in the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. It's true. It's the 100% truth. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then I'm going to show you something. See, we understand this vision right now. We know what's going on here. We're hoping Trump's actually filling in all the blanks. But let me read verse 27, just for the sake of argument. And I, Daniel, fainted. I was sick in certain days. Afterward, I rose up and did the king's business. I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it. We understand it. We know what's going on. We see everything that's happened. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 55. Just some good old-fashioned Bible reading. Psalms. Chapter 55. And let's see, let's go to the point. It's in... Let's start at verse 20. He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Now, I could have swore Trump went around to all the black people when he was going for to get, for the presidential race for the vote. He went to all the black people to get their votes. And then, he promised all this stuff, and he was going to make our lives great again, remember? Well, he broke his covenant. He broke his promise to us. He didn't, in fact, everything that he had promised, just like he says, he caused craft to prosper in his hands, and by peace shall destroy many. So he spoke all these, He had lying words. Remember, he had a lying tongue to slander you. So that's what he did. So verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Who does that sound like to you? And then on top of that, he brags about himself, how great he is. You know what? Nobody's great in this world. There's only one that's good, and that's my Father that's in heaven, Yahushua said. So let's go to the book of Proverbs. And let's get chapter 5. And let's go to the point. I want to start at verse 2. It says, no, you know what? Let's start from the top. This is the chief musician, Negerath. Anyway, it's a psalm of David. So let's keep going. Verse 1. Give ear to my prayer, O Yahweh, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Verse 2. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise. So he's saying, I'm speaking out. I'm speaking out. Why? Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. They're oppressing us like on a whole new level. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. And then what they do is what they that wrath. You know how much they hate us? Is they'll trick our people into believing in things like Thanksgiving and keeping them stuck on the bottom, knowing that they're going to need help. Last hired, first fired, lowest wages, barely making it already. And then they're going to take everything and use it and dangle it in front of our people. And dangle it right in front of our people. So that's the oppression of the wicked. They're gonna starve you to death unless you do what you want, unless you do what they want. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. So they don't care if you eat or not. And then they build up these stupid ass holidays, which you shouldn't be celebrating anyway, and then take the food away so you can't celebrate, because that's all you know. They're in full control over you right now. Verse 4. My heart is sore pained within me. The terrors of death are fallen upon me. And that's true for all of us. If you're an Israelite right now and you're a man, every time you step out the door, you have to understand that, there's a possibility you might not come back in. And that's the terrors of death that fall upon all of us. I don't care if you're 100% of truth or if you don't got any truth at all. The only thing that's protecting us over here at the 100% truth is Yahweh's word, our faith in the Shabbat oath, Yahweh's army protecting us, those angels that protect us, is strong. And that's the only thing we've got in this day and age. It tells you the weapons of our war are spiritual, not carnal, okay? Not in those words. That's a rough paraphrase. So let's jump around. I got 3 more verses that I gotta go to the supermarket with my wife and go shop right now. I gotta take my wife out shopping. I hate going to the supermarket. It's like, and people don't realize, it's like you have to bring a gun with you to go to the supermarket these days because of what's going on. And that's worse than anything. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 9. And let's go right to the point. Let's go to Jeremiah 9 and 8. Back to Trump and his mouth. All right. This is Trump and his mouth lining back up with what I was telling you in, I think, Psalm 55. But let's go back to it. It says, their tongue is as an arrow shot out. it speaks deceit. They lie about everything. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart lieth his weight. So he's like plotting against us. Every fucking thing that guy says is a plot against us. And then so he's always saying one thing and doing something else. That's how you can prove it. Oh, let me go ahead and just get one more. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 9. Let's go ahead and read that. Can't leave that one out. Shall I not visit them for these things? You think, I told you, just like you stupid ass Drewski out there running up and down the street, mocking the prophets, like you're not going to get visited for these things. You're getting cursed home, boy. You're going to be right there with Trump. Well, how did I get here with Trump? How did I get with Trump? Trump's here with me. Yep. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith Yahweh? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? These motherfuckers are the most wicked, secretly wicked. They'll do anything they can to stop you from living wicked and then tell you it's in the name of peace, make you feel like, damn, I shouldn't even be living in my own land that I've been in for thousands of years. As a native nation, as Judah, it's like this whole earth is mine. That's how you should really feel as a Judean. Yahweh is our real name. Yahweh. It turns out my grandfather is a Jew, not a Gadite. So all those years I thought it was Gad. That's because of my grandmother. I look more like my grandmother than my grandfather, and that's because we take on the looks of the men will look more like their mom, and the women will look more like their dad most of the times until they get older. And so I always thought I was a guy, but my dad, my grandfather, they all look like, literally, like they look like Jews. Let's just say that. They have that very distinct Jew look. For the black Hebrew Israelites. Revelation 13 and 5. And it reads, and there was given unto him a mouth to speak great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Oh, that'd be great if we could get that dude out of office and have the Most High take him out, and then have Yahweh Shai and Trump think he can fight Yahweh Shai, and then we go home and we're in the chariots looking down going, oh Lord, giving all praise to the Most High that he saved us from everything, pursuant to Revelation 11 and 12 when he calls us up into the chariots and the clouds. So anyway, I'm gonna close out with oh, you know what? Let me read one more. This is verse 6. This is Revelation 13:6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And yeah, he did that too. Remember, like these guys, look at Drewski. That's a perfect example. Drewski didn't make that skit up. Somebody told him to do that. Somebody got him those garments. Somebody found those shirts with fringes, the wig, everything. He has a team of people working with him. And the dude's not even funny. But you know what? It's all right because it says that I'm going to keep reading for just a second more. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and that dwelled upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. So, just know, that starts off with, it was given unto him. It was given unto him to make war with the saints. That's how that starts off, okay? Now let's keep reading. And if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity Trump shall go into captivity. Trump, he that killeth with the sword, all of you Edomites must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So we're patiently and faithfully waiting for the Most High to not only take you into captivity, but to chop you up with the sword. And that's what the scriptures say. Now I'm going to close out with Obadiah and we're done for the day. I got to take, my wife's probably already wondering where I'm at. I told you 20 minutes ago, it's time to go. I'm like, yeah, but the word's got to come out. So Obadiah, let's start with I wanted to, I'll just bring it out. Let's start at verse 3. The pride of thy heart deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. He that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? They do. They think they're indestructible. They literally have that. They're that proud of themselves. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So that's who's going to take your ass out. The Most High. That's why you're going to go up against the Prince of Princes, and you're going to be taken out without hand. It's going to be fucking funny. I can't wait to see it go down. Let's go to verse 15. This one's for all the Edomites and Trump and Netanyahu and everybody that's joined with you. I want you to hear this real carefully. It says in verse 15, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So the things that you're doing are going to come right back to you. That's why it tells you that they're going to lay a snare and be caught in their own trap. So with that being said, if you got eyes to see and you got ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this short message. We'll call this class #Trump. This is a freedom of speech video. So